Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Edyst Explains, where we take some of the latest technologies and talk to you about how it's being used in real life. Hopefully that will increase your awareness. Today, I want to talk to you about 5 movies based on AI that you guys should definitely check out. So here goes. The first movie that I would like to recommend to you is an animated movie called Wall-E. So it's all about there's one particular robot whose job is to collect garbage left on Earth. When I say left on Earth, it's because there are no more humans left on Earth for some reason. But this robot is still going about its job and it's just collecting garbage, throughout. Apparently, humans left a lot of garbage on Earth. So anyway, it's doing its job, and then one day it finds another robot called Eve, who looks like a more advanced robot, and they develop a relationship. And as the story goes on, you come to know that Eve's actually searching for a way back to its own spaceship and possibly reunite humanity with Earth as well. So I'll not reveal more than that. Do go ahead and check out this movie. It's a really good movie and a really light-hearted, feel-good movie about technology, and it's an animated movie, so it's always fun to watch those. So the other movie I want to talk to you about is Her, which is a science fiction movie, and it revolves around this one character who has gone through or is going through a breakup. And in this setting where this movie is based, it is possible to have a relationship with an operating system. So the AI has evolved so much that it can talk to you as if a normal human would talk, and it can actually develop feelings for you, and you can actually develop feelings for the AI as well.
Hello, I'm here.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
So this movie is about this man trying to move on in his life, and he actually gets in a relationship with an artificial intelligence AI person, and they show all kinds of interesting things as to how they would even go about dating, or how they would even go about meeting up and so on. And it ultimately it touches on like the human aspect of AI. So check it out. It's a very thought-provoking movie, and definitely check out this movie called Her. Another classic movie I would recommend is this movie called The Matrix. It was released, I believe, in 1999. And even if you look at it now, you will not feel that the graphics are outdated. It's really, really good just from the visual perspective. But overall, it follows the journey of this one person who thinks, the person's character's name is Neo. And Neo thinks that the world he's living in right now, it does not feel too real. It feels a little bit, unreal. And what The Matrix did was a very original movie. It showed that possibly we could all be living in a simulation. This is not a spoiler. You get to know this about 30 minutes within the movie. But we could possibly be living in a simulation. What happens when AI really takes over? Does AI need us to survive, or do we need AI to survive? All these kinds of interesting things. And if you don't really want to check it out for the AI, you can always check it out for the fighting scenes. The Matrix is the one that popularized all of those bullet scenes where you can dodge bullets and so on. So do watch this movie, The Matrix, if you've not watched it already. The first part is the best. The second and third part, different people have different feelings about it. But I think the latest part has been criticized heavily because it doesn't look that great. But the first part is super original, and you should definitely check it out if you have not checked it out yet. Another movie I would recommend is this movie called Ex Machina. So the movie revolves around just about 2-3 people. It's a very small cast, and it's again about AI. You come to know that, or the story starts in a way that there is an engineer at a big company, let's say like something like Google, although they don't mention Google in the movie, but you can think that it's as big a company as Google. So there's an engineer at this company who gets invited to the CEO's private mansion on somewhere on an island. And the CEO is a very secretive person, obviously a billionaire, because in charge of such a big company. And the CEO has been secretly working on AI, and he thinks that he may have actually created an AI or created an artificial intelligence, and he wants this engineer to find out whether he's actually created one or not. So I'll just leave it at that. Do check it out. It'll tell you all the different things that we're thinking about. There's a lot of philosophy of AI that while we start coding on AI, we have not really, or either as students or as practitioners, we don't think about the philosophy of AI and what it actually means to have an artificial intelligent person created by humans as well. What would the AI's desires be? What would the AI want to do? How would the AI view humans? Would it view humans as a threat? Would it view humans as an ally? What is it going to look at humans as? So do check it out, and Another great thing that they show in that is the Turing test, which is how do you find out whether the AI is essentially an AI, like is it really at the level of intelligence of a human, or is it just a very clever program? So check out this movie called Ex Machina, really worth watching. Another movie, and the last movie that I'd recommend to you, is this movie called I, Robot. It stars Will Smith, and it's based on Isaac Asimov's short story called I, Robot itself. You should definitely read Isaac Asimov's work. He's a sci-fi or science fiction author, and he has many interesting works out there. I, Robot revolves around this police officer who is investigating the death or the suicide of a robot scientist. Now, what do you mean by robot scientist? In this world in which this movie is set, robots are well and alive, and humans are actually using them for a variety of tasks, and robots have to follow 3 specific laws. Now, the movie gets more interesting when you come to know that what if one of the laws are contradicting the other law? So which law would be applicable and which law would not be applicable? And this is inspired by the general philosophical problem of the trolley problem. So nothing to do with iRobot, but you should all read about the trolley problem. Whereas what the trolley problem says is, if there's a trolley going down, a trolley meaning like a trolley or a train, and there are 2 tracks. In one of the tracks, it's like there is one person lying there, and there's another track in which 5 people are lying there. So in any point or any scenario, somebody is going to die. Now, by default, it is going to go and hit the 5 people there. But you as a person can pull the lever, and you can actually move it to the side of the track where there's only one person. But should you do it? Because if you do it, then you're effectively killing that one person. But if you don't do it, is your inaction killing the other 5 people? So in essence, this is a very old philosophical problem which nobody really cared about that much until AI has come along. And why this actually matters to you is that, let's say you create an AI, or anybody has created an AI, and just like in this movie, if certain laws are contradicting to each other, to value one thing over the other. So let's say you value, for example, one person's life over, let's say, the life of 5 people, or vice versa. You value the life of 5 people over the value of one person, or the life of one person. You're actually writing code that may or may not kill people. But as you might say, okay, but as a human, what happens? Well, as a human, we generally do these things by reflex action, and by reflex action, there is no intentional killing or saving of people. So you might be going by a burning train, and you might reflexively just throw water on it, or do something, or just jump in without thinking too much. But the moment you start writing code to save or to not save some people, you're effectively taking the decision. So who exactly is going to be in charge of our future world? Are they the computer programmers who will write these algorithms to decide the lives of some people? Some people say, given our geopolitical scenario, that this is already happening. So these are all interesting, thought-provoking questions. Obviously, you can just watch I, Robot just for the fun action scenes. You don't need to get into the philosophy of it. But if you do, it's also an interesting lens to watch it from. So yeah, everybody, these are 5 movies that you should definitely watch. Given that we're going to have a set of holidays coming up, make sure that you watch all of these. They're all available on the popular streaming platforms, and you can check them out, and let me know in the comments below which other movies you like, and any other movies you would want to know about from us. Thanks everybody, and catch you all in the next episode of Edyst Explains.